Hello everybody, back again with another video. Hope you're doing well. Hope your life's going well. Hope this week has gone well for you, and I hope that today has gone well for you. Today is Saturday. It is Saturday evening. It is May the 17th, 2025. It is about 8:34 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I hope that y'all are having a wonderful evening. I hope it's been a productive and a fun Saturday and weekend for you so far. As for me, I'm doing good myself, and I didn't really do a whole lot today. I did run some errands. I did go for a walk / run outside, but man, I tell you, it's really starting to get hot outside. We're starting to get into that season here in Texas where it is very, very hot outside. Hot, humid, you know. And I'm looking at this forecast. There is no relief in sight. Like, let me actually pull up the forecast for the rest for next week basically. So it's gonna be hot. So tomorrow it's gonna be 91, Monday 92, and these are the high temperatures. Tuesday 96, Wednesday 90, Thursday 91, Friday 90, Saturday 89, Sunday 89, Monday 91, and that's like the next 10 days. So yeah, and the humidity is high to 74%. And so yeah, the heat isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So that's what we're going to be experiencing throughout the rest of May, June, July, August, September, October. That's when we start to see some relief from the heat. So I'm ready. I'm prepared. But man, another summer in Texas. But anyway, I want to get straight into what I actually want to talk about in this video. So this story is actually out of here in Houston, Texas. And so what happened was a man walked into an Advance Auto Parts store and grabbed some merchandise and attempted to leave the store without paying for the merchandise. So essentially he was attempting to shoplift. And so what happened is an employee at the Advanced Auto Parts tried to physically stop him from leaving the store with the merchandise that he did not pay for, while another employee called 911. And so what happened was, after that incident, he was fired. But from my understanding of the story, Advanced Auto Parts, they didn't officially fire him because he tried to stop a thief. According to the story, what they said was he was fired for being rude to a customer, right? And yeah, according to the story, they told him he was being fired for being rude to a customer. I guess they didn't really want to officially tell him that he got fired for trying to stop a thief. But at the same time, I don't know if he's had like other issues with customers at that store. Now, according to the story, he's worked as a manager for Advanced Auto Parts for 22 years at 9 different locations. And so it's like, okay, if he's had a history of being like rude to customers and stuff like that, I don't think he would have lasted 22 years as a manager at Advanced Auto Parts for 9 different stores, right? Obviously, For him to be employed by Advance Auto Parts for 22 years, he was obviously doing something right? Because if you're constantly being rude to customers and stuff, they would have gotten rid of him a long time ago. But I'm not 100% sure what Advance Auto Parts policy is regarding like shoplifters and stopping shoplifters. Let's see. Even the employee said that he thinks he broke the store policy. I don't know what it is for sure, but what I will tell you is that there's a lot of companies, a lot of corporations that have, policies regarding shoplifters. A lot of companies, right? A lot of retailers, they don't want the employees to go hands on with shoplifters, right? And it's due to liability, risk of injury, and some other things as well. But those are the two primary reasons why they wouldn't want employees going, hands on with a shoplifter. Now, I will tell you, if I worked at a retailer and somebody was shoplifting, I definitely would not go hands on with them, because to me, it's just not worth getting injured over, merchandise that, is basically going to get, written off as shrink, because a lot of companies have, shrink accounted for when it comes to, whenever they estimate how much they're going to make in a given year or whatever, they factor in shrink. And shrink is basically loss. And, part of why shrink happens is due to shoplifting, right? So these stores, they already know that they're going to lose money due to shoplifters. So to me, I just don't think that it's worth the risk to put your life on the line to try to stop a shoplifter, right? I worked at a Kroger's. I worked at HEB as well. And when I worked for both of those stores, I've seen people shoplift. I've seen it with my own eyes. Now, did I ever try to physically stop them or restrain them? No. Because at the end of the day, these are huge corporations. And these corporations already know that people are going to come into their stores and steal. They know that we live in a society where you have certain people who feel that they have the right to take things that don't belong to them. And so, with them already knowing this, they're already going to account for shoplifting, shrink due to shoplifting. They already know this, right? So that's something that you know, it's gonna happen, right? And, unless you're somebody that works, in asset protection, loss prevention, there's really no reason to try to go after and like physically stop, a shoplifter. And I will tell you, even if you worked in like asset protection or, / loss prevention, I mean, a lot of those guys, they don't really get paid enough for what they do anyway. Because they're essentially putting themselves in harm's way, to keep merchandise from being stolen out of the store. But I was actually looking up how much they make, and they really don't make that much, in my opinion. Not for what they do, but definitely not just a regular employee, that doesn't work in that department, right? I just wouldn't do it. Now, could we make the argument that it's the right thing to do? We could make that argument, but because even in the story, they were talking with the guy, and he was saying that, what did he say? Let me see. Let me see. I think he said something to the effect of, he felt it was the right thing to do, but it wasn't the smartest thing to do. So, I mean, that argument could be made, but I just don't think it's worth it. Now, do I think he deserved to be fired? No. I think that what they should have did was tell him, hey, we don't want you to physically go after customers that are shoplifting, right? You can report it, but don't like physically go after, shoplifters, right? And, again, Advanced Auto Parts, they didn't say that he officially got fired due to that incident, but a short time after that happened, they fired him after 22 years. And this is why you don't, you never want to become too emotionally invested in a job or the company that you work at, because these companies out here, they will fire you for nothing. They will fire you if they want to get rid of you for some reason. They're going to find a reason to do it. You never want to just be super, super loyal and be very, very emotionally invested in any company that you work at. Go there, do your job to the best of your ability. Collect your paycheck, pay your bills, and do it all over again. You go there to make money. You don't go there to become an emotional partner with the corporation, right? And, I do think it's pretty messed up that, he got fired from his job of 22 years right after this incident happened. I think that's pretty messed up. But, I'm pretty sure with his experience, he'll find, another job, another managerial position. And, I definitely hope the best for him. And, I was thinking about one time when I worked at Kroger, and I literally did see a manager chase after a guy into the parking lot that was stealing. So what happened was, and this is when I worked at Kroger. This was like back when I was in high school. So this guy was basically attempting to walk out of the store with a whole basket of merchandise without paying for it. And the manager saw him, and I literally saw the manager like run after him. Now the guy started running, and he actually ran out of the store with the basket. But what happened was, the guy, as he was running with the basket in the parking lot, he had let the basket go, and then he just kind of ran off into the night because it was actually nighttime. And I don't understand that either. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why that manager ran after him, because, again, I just wouldn't put my life on the line for any of these huge, like, corporations. It's just not worth it. So, I actually remember one time at HEB as well when, there was another guy tried to walk out the store with a whole basket of merchandise, whole basket of groceries without paying for it. And he actually managed to get to his car, throw everything in there real fast, and speed off. But one of the employees actually went out there and like took a picture of his license plate and then came back in. And so, I don't know if he got caught or not or whatever, but I believe the police were up there a short time after that incident happened. And there's a few other incidents that I remember from back when I worked at Kroger and HEB. I know one time when I was at Kroger, I seen a dude literally walk in the store, grab like one of those plastic bags from like the registers, with the, when, things are scanned, they put them in the plastic bags. He grabbed one of those plastic bags, went through the aisles in the store and filled up that plastic bag, and I literally saw him come out of the aisles with that plastic bag full of like groceries, and he literally like walked out of the door without paying for that stuff. And so these are some of the things that I've literally seen, right? I seen a dude one time when I was at Kroger grab some mints from one of the registers and put it in his pocket. And so, I've seen these things, and it's like you can't go hands on these people. Like, you just never know what can happen. It's just not worth it. So, again, these companies know that they're gonna lose money. So, there's no, in my opinion, no reason to go after people that are stealing from these huge, chain stores. And so, yeah. But best of luck to the guy. Definitely hope that he finds like another job. And, he understands that, these companies, they do not care about, the employee at the end of the day. So, anyway, I do thank you all for watching this video, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.